instructions for online, and then we'll get to it. Dana.
For members of the public wishing to comment remotely at the Board of Commissioners' regular Monday business meeting during designated comment times, business and consent agenda, public hearings, and general issues, the following options are available. For internet users, please click on the raise hand feature to signal that you would like to comment. The sound will be unmuted and the internet participant should announce her or his name. The participant will be called upon to speak at the appropriate time. Closed captions have been enabled. Members of the public can view the link to the instructions in the chat. Please note that we will not be able to assist you should you experience technical difficulties. For call-in users, please dial *9 on your keypad to signal that you would like to comment. The last 4 digits of the call-in number will be announced, and call-in participants should announce their first and last name before speaking.
Great, thank you. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, and let's stand, if you can, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I love that. Okay, first up. Thank you, Dana. Seahawks. I asked Dana, I go, hey, I want to say something about Seahawks. I want to congratulate them before we get started. And she's like, Seahawks. All right. Thank you.
It's going to see.
Seahawks. Good.
Okay. Item 1A. Kitsap County Council for Human Rights presentation of Linda Gabriel Human Rights Awards.
Good evening. Hi. Nope, turn your mic on. It's a little gray button there. It'll light up red. There you go.
Okay. Oh boy, yes. Good evening. My name's Barbara Dennis, and I was last year's chair of the Kitsap County Council for Human Rights. Every year, the Kitsap County Council for Human Rights receives nominations and ultimately selects individuals and organizations in the community to whom we bestow recognition through the Linda Gabriel Awards. These awards are designed to recognize people in our community who have made significant contributions to and are committed to advancing and promoting human rights. The awards can be given in the following categories: youth, individual, organization, and lifetime achievement. Unfortunately, this year we did not have any youth that were nominated, but I will just jump right in with your permission to start with the organizations. The first organization that we have awarded this to is Kitsap ABC, or Asset Building Coalition. Kitsap ABC works to strengthen financial security across Kitsap County by bringing together multiple community partners to address systemic financial barriers. The organization convenes agencies from throughout the region to assess community needs, coordinate solutions, and expand access to financial resources. Their services include free financial education offered in both English and Spanish, low-cost tax clinics, scholarships, small business grants, homeowner mentorship, and down payment assistance. Kitsap ABC focuses on supporting historically marginalized community members who often face these challenges alone, while also providing financial literacy education to the broader community to promote long-term financial stability. So this time I'd like to give this award to Kitsap ABC. And I don't know if anyone is present from that. Okay, we'll mail it to them. The next organization I'd like to honor is the People's Exchange. The People's Exchange is a limited cooperative association, community founded and run, that creates inclusive and accessible spaces for individuals to connect through learning, organizing, playing, working, and resource sharing without barriers. Built around the principles of accessibility, reciprocity, and collective care, the People's Exchange offers a pay-what-you-can model for its classes, workshops, and events, and many are completely free. More than just a meeting spot, the People's Exchange is a hub for mutual aid and creative energy, working to uplift marginalized voices and build a sustainable, liberated community. At its core, they believe people should have a safe and comfortable place to go and to just be. So with that, I'd like to honor the People's Exchange at this time.
Thank you.
Oh, sure.
All right. Yeah. I think we're coming down. We're gonna come down.
Okay, the next group I'd like to present this to is Kitsap Harvest. Kitsap Harvest is a volunteer-driven nonprofit organization whose mission it is to connect abundance to need by reducing food waste, nurturing community, and providing equitable access to fresh, locally grown food. Kitsap Harvest collects urban produce by gleaning residential fruit trees, accepting donations from homeowners and community gardens, and rescuing from food banks and grocery stores. This extra produce that would potentially go to waste is sorted and then distributed to myriad low-income, mostly senior housing complexes and other programs across Kitsap County. In 2025, Kitsap Harvest distributed over 84,000 pounds of food to 42 locations, with 65% of that food being fresh produce. Kitsap Harvest defends the basic right to food, especially nutritious, healthy produce for all. And at this time, I'd like to award this to Kitsap Harvest.
All right.
Okay, the next organization is the Community Guardians. Community Guardians is a nonprofit organization committed to helping the vulnerable adults in our community who do not otherwise have access to or the assistance of an advocate. They focus on providing guardianship services to the most vulnerable members of the community, including the elderly, developmentally disabled, and cognitively impaired. Washington State is in crisis due to the lack of professional guardians, and this is resulting in vulnerable people not being protected from abuse and financial exploitation, as well as subjecting them to a disproportionate risk of lack of care and medical services, homelessness, and a variety of other negative consequences often outside of their control. Community Guardians works to bridge this gap for these vulnerable adults so they can access the service and care that they need. Community Guardians. Okay, and the final organization tonight is Scarlet Road. Scarlet Road provides holistic wraparound services to survivors of sexual exploitation and trauma to assist them in their journey of healing. Providing more than just crisis intervention, Scarlet Road helps survivors rebuild their lives by offering basic necessities, housing support, employment and education assistance, mental health services, and ongoing relational care. Scarlet Road is the only organization in Kitsap County dedicated specifically to serving survivors of exploitation and trafficking, filling a critical gap in the local safety net. The staff meets survivors right where they are, emotionally and physically, recognizing that healing is not linear and cannot be rushed. In addition to direct survivor care, Scarlet Road is deeply committed to community awareness and prevention. Through speaking engagements and trainings, Scarlet Road equips communities to recognize signs of exploitation, respond appropriately, and help prevent harm before it occurs. Scarlet Road defends the rights to freedom, dignity, and safety for some of the most vulnerable in our community. Thank you to Scarlet Road. Okay, moving on to our individual recipients. The first is Promise Partner. Promise Partner is a grassroots community organizer who works hand in hand with others in the community in furtherance of social justice and collective liberation. She works with the group Kitsap for Racial Justice to move more white people off the sidelines and into the work towards breaking down barriers inherent in a system built from racist ideologies. She also works in solidarity with local immigrant leaders and families through CARE, Kitsap Advocating for Immigrant Rights and Equality. She participates in the Kitsap Erase Coalition, and she is a member of the Rapid Response Team through WASN, Washington Immigrant Solidarity Network. Promise also organizes with the Kitsap Palestine Solidarity Coalition to educate, advocate, and demonstrate for Palestinian liberation and an end to Israel's occupation of Palestine. She is also active with Christians for a Free Palestine, and she leads the Bremerton Friends worship group with her spouse. Promise shows up with consistency, humility, and courage in furtherance of developing communities of care and justice. So congratulations to Promise Partner.
Beach.
Okay, the next award goes to Jeannie Johns. New Beginnings Closet was started over a decade ago by Jeannie Johns as a free clothing resource for foster families in Kitsap County at the New Beginnings Church in Bremerton. Over the past decade, it has grown to become a cornerstone and pillar of our community due to ever-increasing need and strong volunteer support. During the pandemic, Jeannie relocated the closet to her home in Bremerton and continued operating it from her garage to maintain uninterrupted access for families. Jeannie and her volunteers carefully sort out all donations to ensure recipients receive clean, high-quality items, reflecting her firm belief that clothing is not a luxury, but a basic human right. Jeannie and the Closet have partnered with numerous organizations over the course of its existence, including Kitsap Immigration Assistance Center, DCYF, United Way, and Olympic College, to name just a few. Through her hard work, help from volunteers, and the generosity of the community, Ms. Johns grew the New Beginnings Closet into an organization serving over 600 families strong. These families have relied on and benefited from Ms. Johns' hard work and generosity and her desire for no person in this county to go without basic necessities. So I'd like to congratulate Jeannie Johns. And finally, we have one recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, and that's Rebecca Purtle. Rebecca Purtle served as the Kitsap County Communications and Volunteer Services Coordinator for the Board of Commissioners for over 16 years before leaving that position in August of 2025. She also advocated for and worked with the county's Human Resources Department to create the Diversion, Equity, and Inclusion Manager position. Rebecca served on the county's Homeless Encampment Action Response Transitions, or HART team, and provided staff support for other county housing initiatives, including the Pacific Building Shelter and Homes for All. She helped in recruiting volunteers for the severe weather shelters and the annual point-in-time count. She also provided outreach communications for the Accessible Communities Advisory Committee and advocated for improved accessibility of county services. Rebecca was the staff coordinator of the Kitsap County Council for Human Rights for 15 years and led volunteer council members in planning and producing annual conferences, forums, and other events on a variety of topics, from voter rights to the school to prison pipeline. She secured outside funding and sponsorships to provide youth scholarships to council events and worked with local social justice organizations to support their work and ensure county commissioners were aware of human rights issues that needed attention. Prior to working for the county, Rebecca spent over a decade as a journalist, photographer, and newspaper editor. She often used her position to report on social justice activities and causes to help elevate issues to more people. She has a long history of interest in and promotion of social justice events and protection of human rights for all. She has more than earned this award, and I'm humbled and honored to present the Linda Gabriel Lifetime Achievement Award to Miss Rebecca Purtle. Wow.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, that was moving. And for those who were not here tonight, we have a coin for you. So please feel free to stop by anytime. And congratulations to all of our recipients, all you do in our community and abroad and everywhere else. Thank you so much from the Board of County Commissioners. Okay. Okay.
Item 2A, resolution reappointing Dave Bomalowski to the Kingston Community Advisory Council to a new 3-year term ending January 22nd, 2029.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution reappointing Dave Bomalowski to the Kingston Community Advisory County as an at-large representative.
A second?
Okay. Any discussion?
Yes. The Kingston Community Advisory Council, also known as KCAC, was formed to provide a forum in that community for discussion of the many issues and interests found there. Its goal is to enhance communication between the residents of the Kingston area and Kitsap County government, as well as coordinate efforts of the county and community members who are all working together to improve the Kingston community. Dave is an existing member of the group. Awesome participant, always has something wise to say, and he's also kind of funny. But as importantly, he holds a deep commitment to civic service and philanthropy. Following retirement from a career as a military surgeon in the Air Force, he practiced medicine at the Alaska Native Medical Center for many years and served as the president of the Children's Hospital Board at Providence, Alaska Medical Center. He in Kingston is particularly passionate about the intersection of land preservation and affordable housing and how Kingston is going to address these critical challenges over the next decade. I am delighted that he was interested in serving another term.
Wow. Just a bit of his resume. Just a little. Wow. Okay. Well, let's vote then. Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Aye. Excuse me. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations. Welcome.
All right, thank you. Is Dave online?
No, he is not. Okay. Item 3A, resolution proclaiming February 2026 as Black History Month in Kitsap County.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Kirsten Jewell. I'm your Assistant County Administrator. Normally, the proclamation would be read by our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Manager, Kimberly Williams. She has just been recovering from being ill and has lost her voice, so she asked me to read the proclamation on her behalf.
Teamwork, love it.
Recognizing and honoring February 2026 as Black History Month in Kitsap County. Whereas, during Black History Month, we honor and celebrate the many successes and contributions made by Black Americans to our economic, academic, artistic, scientific, athletic, cultural, spiritual, and political development, both here in Kitsap County and all over this nation. And whereas in 1915, Dr. Carter Godwin Woodson founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, later renamed the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. He began honoring Black History Week on February 12th, 1926, and Black History Month, which began being honored in 1976, was born and grew out of this celebration. And whereas the 2026 national theme for honoring this month is A Century of Black History Commemorations, 100 years of service to the military, in government agencies, and public service for social justice and volunteer work as artists, athletes, medical professionals, as lawyers, and thought partners working on, we celebrate all that African Americans have added to our labor force. Whether voluntarily or involuntarily, the vastness of these contributions cannot be denied. And whereas, while we have come very far as a nation around the freedom and justice of Black Americans, there is still so much more that we can do to further free these communities from the chains of a seemingly distant and dark past, to provide equal access to the future promised to every American. And whereas Kitsap County has taken steps towards bringing equity to its policies and practices, making access to services and facilities an inevitable and supporting all residents of the county. This work will continue to move forward as the county's diversity grows exponentially. And whereas remaining hopeful and confident about the journey ahead and acknowledging the importance of the rights, liberties, and freedoms for all Americans, the Kitsap County Board of Commissioners honors Black History Month and encourages all to learn about the history, cultures, heritage, and achievements of African Americans. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Kitsap County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim February as Black History Month and recognizes the tremendous contributions made by African Americans to Kitsap County and to the United States. Adopted this 9th day of February 2026. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And I hope you feel better, Kimberly. I know you want to say it. Okay. Oh, yes.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to move to adopt the resolution recognizing and honoring February 2026 as Black History Month in Kitsap County.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Let's do it.
All right. I got to say, thank you so much for bringing this, and this is very important, and it means a lot to us as a community. So thank you, Kimberly. All right. Okay, let's vote. All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Resolution is adopted. Thank you.
Item 3B, resolution proclaiming February 2026 as Parent Leadership Month in Kitsap County.
Hello,
Hi.
my name is Victoria Hope, and I am the Strong Community Facilitator with Kitsap Strong. And I am here with a parent that was nominated for our Kitsap Parent Leadership Month events this year. And we are going to, we just decided that we also want to read the proclamation, and we're going to share that. We do also want to thank the county for considering proclaiming February as Parent Leadership Month as well, and invite all parent leaders to participate in our activities this month, and that information is available at kitsapstrong.org. Little, you know, promotion. Right. whereas parent leadership strengthens communities by promoting resilience, nurturing positive child development, and reducing the likelihood of adverse childhood experiences through connection, consistency, and community support. And whereas parent-community partnership is essential to building protective factors, promoting well-being, and creating resilient communities where all children can thrive. And whereas parents across our communities contribute their wisdom, lived experience, and leadership to create stronger, safer, and more connected places for children and families. And whereas authentic parent leadership occurs when parents are meaningfully engaged as partners and supported and invited into leadership to share their lived expertise in shaping policies, programs, and practices that strengthen families and communities. And whereas the vision of resilient, thriving communities is advanced when parents have access to support, training, and opportunities that enable them to participate in the planning, implementation, oversight, and evaluation of initiatives that impact families. And whereas local organizations such as Kitsap Strong, regional partners, including the Department of Children, Youth, and Families, and national partners such as Children's Trust Fund Alliance, are committed to fostering equitable, strengths-based environments where parents are valued contributors, and where collaboration between parents, community stakeholders, and decision makers leads to more responsive and effective supports for families.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Christine, it's great to see you again. Hi, my name is Charity Grice, and I'm a longtime resident in Kitsap County. I grew up here, and I got involved with some different programs to help me be the parent that my parents had trouble being because they did not have the support and the programs backing them up. And I've been able to be a testament to everything that parent leadership is about, and especially with advocacy, being empowered to go before you guys and being able to go to the Capitol and be able to have an opportunity to speak on behalf of not just my family, but every family in Washington State. And we look forward to continuing to push policies that will continue to promote child development, child safety, and of course, personally, the programs that come into our homes, like ABA, that has served my boys for 4 years and are now talking and thriving and pushing forward and have a future because of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I think that sums it up. So thank you. It says, and now therefore be it proclaimed by the Kitsap County Board of Commissioners. I'm hoping that you'll proclaim it National Parent Leadership Month.
Thank you.
Charity.
Thank you. And was that Sherry or Jerry?
Sorry, Charity.
Charity. Great.
Charity.
Charity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. We have a motion.
Sure, I'm happy to make this motion, and thank you, Victoria, for your ongoing advocacy as part of Kitsap Strong, and thank you, Charity, for your advocacy as well. So it's my pleasure to move to proclaim February 2026 as Parent Leadership Month in Kitsap County.
Second.
You got me excited. I was like, the clap too. Okay. Well, with the discussion, I think we heard some great testimony. Charity, thank you. And let's vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No.
Yeah, now you can clap. Yay.
Yay. Resolution is adopted.
Item 3C, resolution proclaiming February 15th, 2026 as Elizabeth Ellington Chapter National Society Daughters of the American Revolution Day in Kitsap County.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oops, turn my phone over here. Thank you for having us. This is a proclamation honoring the 100th anniversary of the Elizabeth Ellington Chapter National Society Daughters of the American Revolution, designating February 15th, 2026 as our anniversary. Now, therefore, I, Candace Kolbas, Committee Chair for the Elizabeth Ellington Chapter, National Society Daughters of the American Revolution 100th Anniversary Celebration, urge Bremerton, Kitsap County, Washington, to recognize February 15th, 2026, as the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Elizabeth Ellington Chapter of the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution. The NSDAR is one of the world's largest nonprofit, non-political women's service organizations dedicated to community service through the core tenets of historic preservation, education, and patriotism. Whereas the Elizabeth Ellington Chapter NSDAR was founded February 15, 1926, in Bremerton, led by organizing Regent Cora Berlew, with 13 charter members of dedicated philanthropic women, such as Angie Harrison of her namesake, the Harrison Hospital of Bremerton, and others, to complete this important service work at the local level. And whereas the chapter's members, past and present, have researched, documented, and honored their Revolutionary War ancestors, joining more than 1 million women worldwide in preserving history and fostering patriotism since NSDAR's founding in 1890. And whereas the Elizabeth Ellington Chapter NSDAR daughters have volunteered over 3,000 hours of service in the Bremerton and surrounded communities annually, and more than 300,000 volunteer hours over the past century, supporting local veterans, active duty military and their families, first responders, and women's initiatives. Their generosity has provided supplies, books, and resources to our local schools, teachers, and students. They lead the restoration and preservation work in the Seebeck Cemetery for America 250, and we continually safeguard historical documents for future generations. And whereas the chapter has invested over $225,000 in scholarships for nursing and medical students, Good Citizen Awards, community projects, and ROTC cadets, empowering young leaders and advancing education in our community. And whereas the Elizabeth Ellington Chapter NSDAR members are celebrating their founding, it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this vital organization and its memorable anniversary. So now therefore be it resolved, if I can say that. We ask that the members of the Bremerton City Commission hereby proclaim February 15th, 2026 as the Elizabeth Ellington Chapter National Society Daughters of the American Revolution Day in the city of Bremerton. This proclamation hopes to recognize the chapter's century of dedicated service to America, Bremerton, and surrounding communities, honoring its commitment to historic preservation, education, patriotism, and community support.
Great. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to make one correction for the record.
Okay.
It is the Board of County Commissioners of Kitsap County.
What I say, Bremerton?
City of Bremerton.
I changed that twice.
I just wanted for the
Thank
record,
you.
and I just wanted to make sure we're on the record that this.
Thank you. Did I say, I did say that, didn't I?
That's okay.
I changed it at the beginning.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. No, thank you. Well, all right. Do I have a motion?
Sure, I'm happy to make this motion. Thank you so much for all the work that you do for our community.
Thank you.
And happy 100th anniversary.
Thank you.
So I move to proclaim February 15th, 2026 as Elizabeth Ellington Chapter National Society Daughters of the American Revolution Day in Kitsap County.
Second.
All right. Let's vote. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Resolution is adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. Is there any other daughters back there?
Oh,
Stand up,
stand up.
stand up, please. Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you.
We'd like to recognize you. We have coins since it's your significant anniversary. If you'll come up, we'll bring you a coin.
We're gonna go down there.
Sorry. Go down.
Go, go, go.
Go down.
Picture?
Sure.
There we go. Got enough?
We're gonna go down a picture. This one. I'll do this one.
Everybody, if you don't have enough, we have. That is usually the middle. Happy anniversary. Thank you. I guess we'll go down.
It's actually $39 per ounce, right?
Yeah. Thank you. You guys smell. Yeah.
This is only a portion, there's 120.
Wow. Thank you so much for all the work you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, they're not real silver. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard somebody ask, they're not real silver swords.
Yeah, for the record. Okay.
Okay.
Fun night of celebrations.
Item number 4, administrators' comments.
I just wanted to thank the board and then also all the staff that are involved in the budget discussions and decision making for this year. Sorry to be my usual downer at these meetings, but I have really appreciated all the hard work that's going into that related to the general fund. And then thank you all who started the conversation today on some issues in the road fund as well. So I appreciate the board's dedication and attention to it. Just wanted to say thank you to the staff and thank you to you all as well. We'll figure something out.
Well, that's why we're here, right? We got to make
Yep.
it happen. But I'm going to give a thank you sandwich to the staff because I have to say we cannot do our jobs without our staff, our county administrator, our assistant county administrator, I almost said court clerk, our board clerk, and everybody else that's involved. So I just want to say thank you.
This is the opportunity for the public to address the board on regular business agenda, including consent agenda.
I don't have anybody signed up. Is there anybody that's on the consent agenda? Okay. Anybody online?
And no one is raising their hand.
Okay.
I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Okay. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay, consent is adopted.
And commissioners, we have no public hearings. So the next item is opportunity for the public to address the board on general interests.
Okay. Let's see here. I have not too many. Let's get started and we'll talk to, let's see, John. How do you say your last name? Gore? Gore. Mr. John Gore. All right. And once you're ready, we'll have 2 minutes, but welcome.
Thank you. My name is John Gore. I'm a resident of Silverdale, Washington. Did you need my street address?
Nope. No, that's
Okay.
fine. Thank you for identifying yourself.
I'm before you tonight representing Dark Sky Olympic Peninsula, a new chapter of Dark Sky International that was formed last year. Our organization encompasses 5 Olympic Peninsula counties: Kitsap, Jefferson, Clallam, Grays Harbor, and Mason. Our goals are to share values of dark skies, to educate people on the negative consequences of light pollution, those being adverse effects on human health, on wildlife, on greenhouse gases, and to teach the principles of quality night lighting. When I read your requirements for proposals for proclamations, you spoke about safe and healthy communities. protecting natural resources and systems, thriving local economy, inclusive government that is effective and efficient. And I think our organization checks off all of those boxes. Today, I submitted a request for the board to consider a proclamation making April 13 to 19, 2026, Kitsap County Dark Sky Week in coordination with an international effort that helps share awareness about light pollution. As a leader for the Dark Sky organization, I sit on the board. I hope to be a resource. So if you as commissioners have questions and would like to learn about this issue, I stand ready to serve. We would like to have our citizens, our businesses, and our governments achieve the highest quality lighting to give us back our beautiful night skies. And I look forward to collaborating with you in the future. And really appreciate this opportunity to speak with you tonight.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, next I have Colleen. Hi. I thought I recognized that.
We got props.
Good evening. Yes, props. Colleen Myko, manager of Bremerton Kitsap Access Television. BCAT is Kitsap County's public access channel, and I'm here with a quick update on how we serve Kitsap County and the community in 2025. And this handout has the stats here, but I'll just share a bit about how BCAT promotes government transparency by providing live video coverage of this and other meetings. We cover 14 regular government meetings for 9 different agencies. In 2025, we recorded and aired 251 meetings. Government meetings make up a little more than half of our new program content on the channel every year. We also provide a unique, non-commercial venue for the public to express their opinions and passions on television. 39% of our new content was created independently from us by community members who submitted 543 programs to air on BCAT, and that was last year alone. 7% of our content was original programming produced at BCAT. We spotlight positive hyperlocal stories not covered elsewhere in the media, like community events and, of course, Commissioner's Corner. We assist citizens and nonprofits in getting their videos on BCAT, even if they lack the technical skills or the equipment, and we do that through our membership services program. Watch BCAT on Comcast Channel 12, Astound Channel 3 or 7, or live stream anytime at bcat.org. Our video on demand for the government meetings we cover is also at bcat.org, and it's conveniently indexed so that citizens can skip directly to the agenda items that are most important to them. Those meeting replay views were up 40% last year, and the Kitsap County budget hearings and the Planning Commission meetings were the source of that increase. Our BCAT YouTube channel views are up, and our Facebook engagement continues to grow. And I look forward to being able to give a detailed briefing to the commissioner sometime soon, and appreciate your support and collaboration.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and I've left some of these at the back in case anybody would like more.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Okay. Jake Fournier. Fournier. Thank you for the correct.
Good evening. My name is Jake Fournier. I live on an acre in Commissioner Root's district. My family and I are here tonight because non-enforcement around short-term rentals has, in our case, allowed a commercial scale lodging operation in a rural residential area without proper review. This operation runs multiple listings, the owners live on site, and there are separate exterior entrances. Listings provided to the DCD show a capacity of 11 people, and paying guests are routed across a private residential easement on our property, creating a real safety risk for my family. I've shared video with the county showing guests trying to enter our home while we slept. These incidents are ongoing. When I raised these concerns with the DCD, the response focused on the policy of short-term rental non-enforcement, rather than assessing my family's safety or whether the level of activity belongs in a rural residential zone. Septic biohazard risk is real. County records show that septic stress existed even before the commercial use began. Current use exceeds septic design. Review at the DCD is the gateway to health department review. I believe what I'm asking is straightforward. I request that this situation be reviewed based on use intensity, with written guidance requiring a reduction to a single listing for this operation and clear limits on occupancy and vehicles. Continued operation should depend on documented health district approval that the septic system can handle their load. This aligns with the county's Year of the Rural direction. Allowing commercial lodging in rural areas puts residents in harm's way. When the county relies on non-enforcement in situations like this, it takes on the risk. I urge the county to move towards rules to not allow short-term rentals on shared residential infrastructure. At a minimum, these should require health approval, easement owner consent, and enforceable safety standards. If I might, finally, I respectfully ask to be included in the future STR planning or code updates following the Year of the Rural adoption. People living next to these uses should have a voice. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Thank you. And I have his, go ahead.
No.
Yeah, if I can get his contact information. Yep. Thank you, Jake. Okay, next on the list is Mr. Al Van Cleve. Good to see you. I like your sweatshirt.
Pardon me?
I like your sweatshirt.
You know, I'm actually going to submit a grant request to the state.
All right. You'll probably get it.
Good evening, commissioners. I'd like to make you aware of some officialdom from Kitsap County. Are you guys aware of this report? The Freeman Report? Armageddon's Prophets of Hate and Terror. Sounds kind of scary, huh? It's authored by people that were in the prosecuting attorney's office here in Kitsap. It was forwarded to me to take a look at, and it really, really did concern me. I ask anybody in this room, including you commissioners, do you identify as white? Do you identify as Christian? Do you identify as constitutionalist, rule of law? Do you identify as pro-life? A tax protester, got me. A patriot. Common law believer. Common law is what the Constitution that stands for those two flags behind you is constructed of, and natural law. So after reading this, my wife was very concerned as well. I did have other issues, but this kind of struck a chord. I recently was made aware of a document that Kitsap County has reserved all rights to, and that undermines the constitutionality of our justice system by assuming criminal activity based on group affiliation, such as identifying as white Christians, members of political groups such as constitutionalists or patriots, and tax protesters, which contradicts the fundamental American legal principles. The U.S. justice system presumes innocence, requires individualized suspicion, places the burden of proof on the prosecution, and protects the freedom of religion and association. I've got a lot more on this. I would like to share it with all three of you commissioners. I have sent this to the US DOJ. It tramples all over the First Amendment. And anybody that's got a law degree that constructed and wrote this.
Thank you, Mr. Van Cleve. Okay. Dr. Neeshams, how are you, sir? Fine. Good, good. Well, can we take Dr. Neeshams a microphone?
He actually told me he likes to go up to the podium.
Perfect, okay. And we also have a table if you want to sit down, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Paul Newcomb's Manchester.
Sir?
First, I'd like to address Christine that I have not heard back from John about the Kitsap Transit stop, and I would like, if you don't mind, find out, let me know what plans are. Otherwise, I haven't heard from him in about 4 or 5 months. Second of all, I'm still concerned about climate and wonder whether there's been any plans to ask people who drive to carry at least 1 or 2 more passengers and to save that way. Third of all, I've been in contact with Puget Sound Energy because of high electric bills. And I noticed that they have spent money to put up on top of their roofs panels that catch the sunlight and lessen their bills. But the common ordinary people like myself, it costs a great deal of money for electricity. And I wish there would be some movement for getting panels for everybody, not just the influencers in the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nishams. And just for the Kitsap Transit bus stop, sir, we have been discussing that intimately all around the county, and specifically in Manchester. There's a property rights issue because that's private property that we're trying to do that. And then adding on to the complication is PSC Power Pole. They own the easement there. So they're trying to coordinate all that to see what we can do to get something there. And that's my fault. That's not Commissioner Ruffles' fault. That's my fault because I didn't reach out to you on that. We talked about that at our last board meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course. Okay. Let's see. Charity Grice?
I think that's who came to the parents.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I think she was with the parents. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Marcus Carter?
Someone dropped the phone. Thank you. Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
Marcus Carter with Kitsap Rifle and Revolver Club. I know that you have been given a document that you have been told by DCD is the last answer or any correspondence that's gone back and forth between the club and the county. I want to point out that Kitsap County Code 1025, when it talks about permits that are applied for ranges, it says there's 3 things the county can do with that permit, and that is to approve it, deny it, or condition it. And we've specifically talked with you, Commissioner Walters, about having it at least a partial occupancy or conditioned use while we work out the rest of the issues. When we first talked with Rafe Weisham from DCD and Cecilia Olson, they understood that. And it sounded reasonable to everybody because there's certain aspects of the range that are historic, recognized as historic, and that the judge from the first lawsuit said, you can operate your range. The county will not allow it or even any consideration of it. So we've put in for 3 of these operational permits and they've never been approved, denied, or conditioned, which is what 1025 calls for. Instead, we're just being told that unless we get the site development activity permit for that small portion, very small portion of the range that it needed to be done, they won't even consider processing the operating permit. Now, that needs to be corrected because as we explained to you, Commissioner Walters, cutting our legs out from underneath us so that we can't afford to be able to pay for the rest of the permitting is problematic. So I really would appreciate you asking why we haven't been given the conditioning or some sort of a conditional operational permit until we can work out the rest of the issues. It has also come to my attention that Kitsap County has rehired Neil Wachter, the deputy prosecutor that was in charge of suing the gun club and shutting it down. And it seems interesting, we had to wait for months for even this letter from the county until evidently he had an opportunity to review it. So again, the prosecutor is operating on your behalf in this case, and I would really appreciate it if you would look hard at the issues that I brought up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. Okay. That completes our list. Anybody online?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got here late. I didn't get a chance.
Oh, okay, sure.
And if there's anyone online, if you could please raise your hand. Thank you.
May I give you some documents, yes? Please, sir.
Thank you. Good evening.
So you can go into Tori when you're done.
Good evening, folks. My name is Robert Larson, and I'm here again in regards to a side sewer that was inadvertently disconnected from a home that pulled a demo permit. Mr. Johnson, I bought the property from, declared, hey, it's got sewer. What do? I meet with Public Works in a Public Works facility and received this document stating this property had a sewer connection. It actually even has a count number on it in blue. Okay. So I'm getting the runaround from Alex Jarrett, and it's not her fault. She's getting bad information from Public Works. So I've already disproved what she said so far. I mean, what she put forward for me so far. Now she's telling me, well, Rob, the word is, since Mr. Johnson never finalized his demolition permit, therefore, I said, no, that's ridiculous. Mr. Johnson never called or put in for a permit for a sewer disconnect. He was paying on that sewer willingly for close to 19 years, the whole time thinking he was going to put a new dwelling on that. So I'm begging you folks, this marks the sixth month that I've been dealing with this. I've met with you folks. I've been here 3 times now. Okay. You can't describe this bureaucratic tail dragging. I don't know. May I have my sewer reconnected? Mr. Johnson never asked for a sewer to be disconnected. When the Public Works went by his property, it was an empty lot, so they inadvertently just didn't reconnect it. So do we have resolve? May I have my sewer? I mean, may I? I mean, what is the holdup? 6 months of this? And you promised me that you were going to have meetings with those folks. You promised me, you know, I haven't heard what's going on.
Okay. No, thank you, Mr. Please, I want to address this.
Awesome.
Yes. We've been looking, and so this isn't just bureaucracy. Well, it is bureaucracy because it's ridiculous, but sometimes bureaucracy takes time because the folks in Public Works and the folks in sewer and this board was not even present when all this went down.
Correct.
So we are doing our homework, and I have directed Mrs. Jarrett directly to make sure we have a chronological timeline with all your dockets submitted, because Mr. Larson, you are passionate. You have all the documents, you have all this information that we're going through with a fine-tooth comb. And I'm just addressing this because we were going to wait until we got this completed before we have this conversation. But I think it's important to let you know that there is progress. We are getting to a point because there was a PSA, a purchase sale agreement between you and Mr.
David Johnson.
Mr. David Johnson, That's the rub right now. That's what we're trying to figure out, how we're going to move forward with this. That's all. It's not Alex's fault. It's not anybody else's fault. We're trying to get this information to make sure we give you the factual information instead of giving you a bunch of hyperbole or anything like that. And Alex has been in touch with you to make sure that we weren't ignoring you and that your issues are being addressed. Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense.
I tell you what, once we have, this is almost completed. So once it's done, we're gonna get together and we're gonna have a meeting. You and I can sit down, we'll have Public Works in there and we're gonna have a conversation about this.
That would be so much appreciated.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm sorry that you're frustrated and I get it. I understand it, trust me, but we are working forward on this. It's been a lot of hours spent on this, on your
Wow.
situation.
Well, you can only imagine how many hours
Got
that
it.
I've spent on it. 6-month process.
Absolutely.
I would be out of business, gang.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
there's no way I could run my program this way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, all three of you, sincerely, thank you, guys.
Absolutely, Mr. Larson.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening, guys.
You too.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Dana, anybody online?
I'll give it a second.
Okay.
And there is none.
Okay. All right. And looks
Commissioner
like-
comments.
Commissioners' comments. All right.
One last.
Oh, okay. All right. One more. Thank you.
So Adrian Wright, North Bremerton, went to last week's meeting with Representative Nance and Mayor Wheeler, and a lot of people were there about Bremerton housing, and I wanted to address welfare and giving people a hand up versus a handout. There were quite a few people demanding freebies and staying off the streets initiatives, but were not mindful of drugs. As a result, they have maintenance demands that exceed supply, and that just leads to people being mad. It's my hope that county housing shouldn't be blinded to this way of thinking. Instead of demanding permanent needs of housing, that it's there temporary and that it's to help people to move up and move on. Limited numbers of work order and turnovers in both units, maintenance. So in county housing in particular, there are bad tenants, people that cause major damage to units, that don't pay, that they're squatting with their friends, not fully vetting people with needs, such as staying with parents or continuing to stay with parents, and massive amounts of hoarding disorders that are out of control. While techs are undermanned, they need more leadership, empowerment, and improvement. They're overburdened and undermanned, particularly right now. A single purchasing person doing all those duties. They should prioritize 1 month due date on tenant work orders. They should be very mindful of inspections before they go into abatement, those that are due every 24 months. And then they should be looking at tenant remodels. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. All right. Anybody jump on there, Dana, by chance?
They did not.
Okay. All right. Okay. Commissioners' comments. Who wants to start?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to invite everyone to a meeting about Rolling Hills Golf Course that's coming up next Tuesday, February 17th. I know many people know that we've been in the process of purchasing the golf course, and this is our opportunity right now for the public to have some feedback on its current use and the future of the golf course. So if you golf at Rolling Hills Golf Course or use the driving range, visit putters, live nearby, this is really your chance to hear updates about the course and share what matters to you and the future of the course. So I think that's going to be, I'm really looking forward to it. So Tuesday, February 17th, between 5:30 and 7 p.m. at Putters, if you want to learn more. That's my first thing. And my second thing is also another fun one. I spoke with John Clausen this morning. I'm the chair of the Kitsap Transit Board this year. And just wanted to let everyone know that we'll be adding sailings on Wednesday, so everyone can get to and from Seattle to celebrate the Seahawks. And the parade will begin along 4th Avenue at 11 a.m. So we will have additional ferries to shuttle everyone there. And I think there's also been talks with the Washington State Ferries to see if they'll be adding a second boat, but we haven't heard yet.
Great news. Wow, that's big.
Yeah. What time is the second ferry?
It's going to be between the current, they'll have the schedule because they're working it out because we dock in Seattle. So he's working out the schedule. So there'll be a schedule for it, but there'll be additionals. There'll be last year, I think a couple years, several years ago when we did the same thing. There was a 2.5-hour wait for the Washington State ferry.
Yeah.
And so I think this is going to be
Adding a boat,
Adding a
get it
boat.
fast.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
Hmm.
Great news.
And that's only for the Bremerton boat. not
That's
the
a Bremerton boat, but Kingston, they will be opening the second level on the Kingston ferry. So, yep.
Good.
And get people to and from.
Just roll.
All is quiet on the northern front. I have nothing to report.
I can't say that for the South, but I will say that I did Colleen leave? It looks like she left, but we did my very first commissioner's corner. So it was very educating on how to, sit in front of a camera and illustrate some issues that are going on with the county, specifically this one. Tune in. We are going to be talking about the courthouse and the complex and the maintenance and some of the challenges that we're having here. But it's important for the public to understand. It's their house, it's your house. So please tune in, check it out, and give me some feedback, please. Also, South Kitsap, we have a Lund project that's going to be pushing forward. There's already some construction on Lund Avenue. And it was a little bit of a surprise. So I want to put that out there on the record for everybody that's listening. And it's just going to increase, and we're going to be seeing some sidewalks put in and some other upgrades. Some that's been planned for quite a few years. Finally, we had some federal and state funding to support that. So it's finally construction is kicking off. And Harper is beginning tonight. So Harper Bridge was approved, as everybody has probably heard about, but they have a small window to get some pilings in. So for the next 4 to 5 days, there's going to be some pounding in the evening time. I found out today. So I wanted to let everybody know about that as well. It's a low tide that they have to be able to do that during low tide. But we're trying to get the word out to everyone. So please pass it to your neighbors. I wish I had better news other than that, but Seahawks. Okay. Save rounds. Good. All right. Meeting's adjourned.